What's up, guys? Today we're gonna get smart. How do you know you're dreaming if you never wake up? These dreams, I'm going insane. Okay, you get it. Yeah, today we're talking about dreams. Well, I'm talking, you're listening. I'm a little farther back because, frankly, your breath stinks. Sorry, someone had to tell you. But today I want to talk about dreams, and more importantly, lucid dreams. A lucid dream, by definition, is a dream in which the dreamer is conscious of the fact that they are dreaming while still remaining in the dream realm. And I'd like to tell you a funny story of something that happened to me when I was a kid that terrified me, and now I understand because of this whole, you don't get it. Basically, there is one technique of going into a lucid dream called a wild or wake-induced lucid dream, in which case you go straight from consciousness into a dream world. And one of the key steps of this process is sleep paralysis. Now, before you get all scared and stuff, lucid dreaming is an actual science. It's not some sort of weird wizardry occult. It's something that can be proven and has been proven and is an actual legitimate state of consciousness. And sleep paralysis is also safe, and it's something that your body naturally experiences every night to keep you from harming yourself when you go to sleep. The trick to a wake-induced lucid dream is to trick your body into thinking that your mind's asleep and therefore put itself into this paralysis. I told you we're getting smart. Don't worry, just bear with me. The learning's almost done. I know you're like, no. But just trust me. If you've ever been a child and been sleepy, which hopefully most of you have, you've seen some kind of swirly, colorful patterns like behind your eyelids before you fell asleep. It gets difficult for those to happen as you age, but it's really easy when you're a child because you're still young and imaginative. So if you stick with them without opening your eyes and without falling asleep, then they will eventually become faces, and then eventually voices, and then eventually an entire dream world that is just as real, or even more realistic than the actual reality. Except for it's all in your imagination, and it's not harmful, and you can control it. With practice, of course. Now for the part where you guys get to make fun of me. When I was a kid, I watched this movie called Van Helsing with vampires in it. But these vampires didn't sparkle. I'm sorry, ladies, I'm gonna go with the guys on this one. This was way better. It had like this metal Chinese star shooting gun thing. It was sick. And the movie was a little graphic, but I wasn't really scared of it. I thought it was cool. Then I went to bed and I started to see shadows on the wall. And I had, and as you can tell, still have a hyper imagination, so I assumed these shadows were clearly somebody, and I didn't want them to see me, so I laid still. And then these shadows began to take this sort of form, and I just assumed they were getting closer, so I just made sure I didn't move so they wouldn't see me, because this is obviously the logical path. What was my train of thought? What was I talking about? Consistent, this one. And then finally, these formed shadows became these vivid, clearly there monsters that just filled my room. Now it wasn't a choice, okay? I wasn't hiding, I wasn't being still. I was petrified. I literally could not move from fear. And they weren't just creepy, scary monsters. They were creepy, scary monsters that knew I was there and kept tormenting me. For an hour and a half this went on until I finally mustered the courage from fear to run into my mom's room and let her know what was going on. For years, I did not know why this happened. I couldn't explain it, and now I can. Basically, the way the sleep paralysis, and in turn the hallucinations, work is your body will send a message to your mind via impulse, trying to get you to do something, to see if you're still awake. If you answer that impulse by scratching that itch or changing position, then it's like, oh, you're still awake, I guess I won't paralyze you. But if you don't until it's really, really strong, and you do it unconsciously, then it's like, oh, you must be asleep, time to paralyze, and then you can't move. Once you can't move, then that triggers the sleep hallucinations. Because of the initial fear, that eventually led to the sleep paralysis, which created monsters, which made me be more still, which made me more scared. It was just a vicious cycle of terror. So, with that being said, if you're going to try lucid dreaming, which I have decided to do, make sure you're not afraid of the process. I can do dim light. I love that dim, soft, warm, fuzzy light that makes everything feel just nice and and good, you know? I am petrified of the dark. Can't do it. Won't. Lucid dreaming has a lot of pros. It's very, very good, but just make sure that you're not scared, because let's just not talk about it. Also guys, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I get a seizure of happiness every time I get a notification from YouTube. And also, if you're feeling especially generous, you could share this video on your Facebook titled, "Look at this idiot." I promise that would make my day. It really would. It would make my week, actually. Well guys, that's really all I got. So keep on dreaming.